All right, so I'm going to talk about a couple of different things in this video, and I'm going to try and keep it as short as I can, so I might be talking a little fast. But the first thing I want to point out is this is going to be a really quick but good example of what most of my worksheets assignments look like. You're going to have the essential question at the top, due date underneath that. Directions, of course, are going to be the first thing right there. Directions are usually that title directions is usually going to be a link to a video, hence what you're watching right now, or I explain what you need to be doing. So now let's talk about what it is you're going to be doing for this assignment. This is not the sentence there that I just highlighted really is something I didn't talk about in the class introduction, but it's really, I think, my philosophy when it comes to the first week of school. It's all about you, okay? I'm not trying to teach you a ton of history in the first week. I don't see the point in doing that. Instead, it's my turn to learn. It's my turn to learn about you. Might seem like a lot, might seem, I don't know, a little uncomfortable because you don't know me that well. But it's really important, I believe, for me as a teacher to know as much about you as I possibly can. And so that's what I'm trying to do with these first three assignments. So the other thing I want to point out, I talked about this in the directions for the form up there, the pre-assessment. But one of my biggest pet peeves is when students write responses like they're texting. When you text, you want to be as quick as you can, right? Nobody likes sitting there reading a text that's this long and you're scrolling through it and you're like, what are you trying to tell me, right? And you're probably not using, you're not capitalizing all the letters that need to be capitalized. You're not using periods. You're not using commas, etc. That's what it's like to text. Okay, that's probably the most you write in a day is text, right, or messages on Snapchat, in Twitter, Facebook. I don't know, whatever you kids use now. But that's not what you do when you're in school. That's not what you do when you go to work. Right? When you are communicating in a professional or academic means school setting, you need to be writing complete and full sentences. All right. So this is just another instance where I want you to be doing that. Okay. When you respond to these questions, give me at least 6 sentences to build a paragraph. Make sure you reread them once you're done writing them. And please make sure that you're using proper spelling, proper grammar. There's really no reason not to when you have spell check and all the rest of that stuff. So now the questions. First one here, what would your ideal life be like? So basically, what are you picturing your future is going to look like? Yeah, it's going to change, but what kind of job do you think you're going to have? Where do you think you're going to live? Do you want to live in a van? Do you want to live in a house? What do you want to do with your future? Okay. Don't tell me anything you're not comfortable with, but basically, if I know that you want to, what's a good job? I don't know. I don't know why that's so hard. Secretary, so things that's coming in my mind, right? That's not a bad kind of, middle income job. Versus somebody who wants to be a photographer and live in a van and drive up and down the California coast, right? Those are two different ways of living their life. But history still, the stuff I'm going to teach you is still going to play a role in it. I just need to, I teach those two different futures differently. If that makes sense. Probably doesn't. But anyways, that's what I'm looking to try and learn from you. The next piece here, if there's one thing you could change about the world, what would it be? And when I'm talking about the world, I'm trying to get you to think about it in political terms or social terms, right? So would you want the world to be more equal? Would you want to eliminate starvation or poverty, anything like that? Okay. Not, I wish we could fly as humans or something like that. All right. So that's what I want with this assignment. Sorry, the video is so long. I'll end it now.